A reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 13, verses 21 through 32. After saying this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and declared, "Very truly, I tell you, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another, uncertain of whom he was speaking. One of his disciples, the one whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter therefore motioned to him to ask Jesus whom he was speaking. While reclining next to Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" And Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I give this piece of bread when I dip it into the dish." So when he had dipped the bread, he gave it to Judas, son of Simon Iscariot. After he received the bread, Satan entered into him, and Jesus said to him, "Do quickly what you are going to do." Now, no one at the table knew why he had said this. Some thought that because Judas had the common purse, Jesus was telling him to buy whatever they needed for the festival, or that he should give something to the poor. So after receiving the piece of bread, Judas went out immediately, and it was night. When he had gone out, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man must be glorified, and God has glorified in him. If God has been glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and will glorify him at once." Holy words, holy wisdom, the word of the Lord. As you sit with this passage, John chapter 13, 21 through 32, ask yourself these questions. Sit with them in devotion. What would you hear? What would you smell? What would you experience in this passage? What character would you be? What stands out to you? What questions bubble up or rise for you in this passage, reading these verses? What questions would you like to ask Jesus about this passage? What catches your heart? What do you learn about walking with Jesus by reading this passage? And what do you learn about your own journey hearing these words? What grace can you claim for yourself as you read this passage today? Come back, read again, John chapter 13, verses 31 through 32. Jesus will meet you in them.